Man, it really sucks. I had a video I just made a few minutes ago. Looked at the time of it, 38 minutes long. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm putting a 38-minute long video on YouTube. It'd take 2 hours to download. So, I erased it. Here I am again. Now, the property that you're seeing behind me, like back in here, the big old tall thick brush and weeds and woods, and it goes back, excuse me, back in there as well. That property's for sale. I pondered on it off and on, a couple weeks, few weeks anyway. I think I'm gonna try and buy it, and because it'll just give me more room in my yard. Of course, my property tax will go up, but to me it'd be okay, because I'm gonna saw out or cut out a lot of those trees, cut them up for firewood, stack them up to the side, put a fence up amongst the area, enclose it to the best of my ability, and let my goats go hog wild, just eating anything and everything. Then, once they do the part that I want to do, my dirty work, I can go in there, section off a section of their area, keep it big enough for them, but section of sections, you know, like section, and then I can use that for an extra garden area. I can grow all kinds of crazy shit in there. A lot of the plants that are back in here in the side area, tree-wise, there's mulberries, there's pawpaws, stuff like that I would not cut, I would leave alone. There's elms in there, like slippery elm. I would peel the bark off the tree, cut the tree off, and then, you know, cut it up for firewood, dry the bark out, and sell the bark for slippery elm. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in there that's, you know, beneficial for me. I just never really gave it much thought until here recently, and that is one of my goal lines. You know, depending on how we crunch numbers for the person who owns it, you know, depends on if I can get it this year or next year. But I'm getting that piece of tract. I'm gonna add it to my property, so I can have me a lot bigger yard. I can have more things to do. I can have more fruit trees. I can have more, you know, just everything. And yeah, like I said, it'll cost me more in property tax, but I don't care. It's worth it to me, because my outlook of it is if I can get that piece of ground and do what I want to do with it, and then eventually grow what I want to grow with it, you know, I can, you know, I'm not worried about making money, you know, off produce at the farmer's market. You know, if I can grow enough stuff to feed, say, 20 random people at will, no questions asked, to me that alone is worth the paying the extra property tax. And that's how I look at it. And you know, there's a lot of stuff I make, craft wise, a lot of stuff I make candle wise, extract stuff there's all kinds of things I make, and a lot of it I give to people rather than selling to people, because I feel deep down inside, you know, if somebody walks up to you and says, hey man, I know you're gonna like this, so here it is, give it a whirl, enjoy it, it's free, you don't have to, you don't give me nothing, I don't want nothing. If you're on the receiving end of that, and it's something that you can use or something that you could benefit from, it's gonna touch you in a certain way, in such a positive way, that, you know, you'll be tickled pink for days or even longer maybe. I mean, I can sell anything I want, you know. I can be like the rest of the world and be like, oh, I want 50 bucks for that, I want 100 bucks for that, I want 20 bucks for this, 10 bucks for that, you know. I'm not that way. Now, the good side about, if I got the property behind me and I was able to use it the way I want to, my family would have a ton of food in the pantry come fall and winter. Somebody else's family would have a ton of food in the pantry come fall and winter. And so on and so on. And, you know, it's not so much as me wanting to be greedy and sell the excess for profit. It's me wanting to supply my family with things they need, supply somebody else's family with things they need, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So, but this coming weekend, Sunday, I'm going to the farmer's market. I'm cutting a lot of my peppers, probably Friday and Saturday, let them kind of set and rest, so that way I can, you know, have everything done and ready for this coming Sunday. The reason why I have not been in the woods is because these past few days it's been pouring down rain, and I'm not a big fan of getting super muddy in the woods trying to dig a root or roots. So that's why I'm nice and clean. I'm not sweating and I'm not full of bug bites, and I'm not in the woods. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is supposed to be sunny and clear. Fingers crossed. Well, I'm gonna cross my fingers. Fingers crossed. The weatherman's right, because if he is, I'll be in the woods them days. Saturday, my old man's gonna come down and he's gonna help me fix the floor and redo the flooring, and he'll make the door nice and, not the door, but the floor nice and good and everything else. So, and then Sunday I'm going to the farmer's market, and I'm probably gonna take a few extra things with me on top of what, you know, besides the peppers, because, you know, our deep freezer in the house is kind of like packed. It's overfilled almost. And I got a lot of frozen blackberries in there that I've saved from last year and the year before last. And I'm thinking either taking the gallon bags or getting some half-gallon size bags, cutting the bags down and making a few half-gallon size ones, and then taking them out there with me and saying, okay, these were frozen, semi-frozen, you know, the blackberries, say between $5 and $10 a bag for like a half-gallon, and just let them go for that. And therefore it would alleviate room in my deep freezer so I can add more food and other things to it. That is much needed. But other than that, that's my video. And it's going to be a kind of a shorty, kind of a long one. Well, a minimal long one. Very minimum. But anyway, you know, that's what I'm looking for. That's my outlook. That's what I'm hoping for. And that's my plans. So, until then, y'all have a great Tuesday. Remember, tomorrow is hump day. One way or another, somebody's gonna get humped. So, have a great day.